All right, so a new fresh start to this video. Since the last video was just so long, I went ahead and broke it up. So this is editing me coming back saying, hey, welcome to the video. This is going to be my August TBR. As you can see, I've already stacked it. And so it will look a little bit different, kind of be like a change here. But the last video was way too long and wanted to go ahead and just give it a break. That way you get the July wrap up and then August TBR are two separate things. Usually I do them together. Usually they're not this big. So ended up talking a lot and wanted to go ahead and break the video in two. So here we go. Here we go, August TBR. Okay, let's start with these. All right, I'm gonna do this one first. All the short stories in here. I think we said we had 5, right? Something like that. They're not long. I think I can knock them out in probably a week or two from now. Another one that I want to do, the Berserk manga. I got this on sale and was really excited about it. I have watched the entire Golden Arc on the anime, and I loved it. And then this, the Golden Arc, is kind of like the second collection of volumes where you get Guts' backstory. You start as a younger man. He joins a mercenary band, and you really just see him grow and become who we know him to be. And he goes through some trauma, and then he becomes the Black Swordsman. The Black Swordsman is nothing like the Guts that we know if you've watched the Golden Arc. This is him at his lowest low, murder, death, kill. Like, when I listened to some interviews about it, this was right about the time Terminator came out, and Guts was supposed to be a Terminator-esque kind of guy. And then the creator, I can't ever say his name, Mura is his last name. It says it right here. Kentaro Miura. Okay. I'm really bad with names. I'm so bad with names. I'm sorry. But he said that, like, he wanted to give him a history and backstory and make people love him, because who Guts was initially was not a lovable character. In this, so far that I've read it. Did I say how far I got into this? I read like everything that I've read so far. I read in like an hour at night. I was just digging into it. It's still very interesting, very interesting. I am. Well, we don't have page numbers. I don't know. 100 pages, maybe? Something like that. But I love this version. There's 4 of these out right now. I want to get some more of them. They're great, but they're $50 a piece, and I found it on sale for like $35. So excited to pick some of these up next time I find them on sale. All right, so really excited to finally get to Mort. This is a library book. Cool cover. I was walking by, saw the cover. I was like, yeah, this looks good. Really want to get to Mort. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's about a sentient cat after the ants rose up and took over the planet. Sci-fi kind of, animals have defeated us humans, and Mort, the cat, is looking for his friend, the border collie. So just for stacking possibilities, I want to get the big books first. I've had this book for a long time. It's an interlibrary loan, so you're not supposed to take this front cover off. But I might anyway. Here we go, ready. Oh, what the heck that is. So this is from a different library than mine, but it's 1632. This is alternate history where like a bunch of different timelines converge and a lot of things change. So it's initially, I think, 1632, but then they end up like in the South with a bunch of trucker hillbillies. But what I did is I found this one at Goodwill. So if I don't actually get to this one, I can send it back. Oh, it's the ultimate Y2K glitch. 1633, you got Northern Germany troops that meet up with year 2000. Things are going okay in West Virginia. The mines are working. The deer are plentiful. And everybody's attending Mike Stern's sister's wedding. And then all these people end up in West Virginia. Kind of crazy. Want to see how it goes. Now I can't get this thing back on here. I'm going to get in trouble with the library. All right, so going to read this. I don't need that in there. So library book, and library book. I was walking by. See, I have a bad habit. See, I go to the library, right? And I walk by and I'm like, ooh, books. And this part of this book right here, like, caught my eye, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna read it because of that. And then I like read the reviews on it, and it's actually like tons of 5-star reviews on this book. It's actually 2 books. But yeah, I got distracted by cleavage. I'm sorry, I'm a man. But it's about this lady who is a assassin, and you have Godstalk and Dark of the Moon, and I mean, so many good reviews on this thing. So I picked it up. I'm gonna try to read it. If we don't, I may not get to it though. I don't know. And then so 1632. If I don't get to it, I also have the small book. I may get to it. Something I've been trying to do is finish my own reading challenge. You know, the I Want to Believe reading challenge. And I've read one of the 2 books right here, Aliens Among Us, but I haven't read this one yet. And I'm slacking. I'm the only person that can fail at my own reading challenge. It's a 2-book reading challenge, and I'm failing at it. I'm awful. But Sphere is a first contact story about a bunch of researchers that go into the South Pacific Sea and find a spaceship that's been there for like 300 years. So we'll see. I hope to get to it. I really, really hope to get to it. And then we have The Lost Fleet Dauntless by Jack Campbell. One of my sort of new booktube friends, Unity 151, he's a military sci-fi guy. That's like all he reads. He recommended this, and I'm excited to get to it. And then my neighbor, like right across the street, he was reading book 5. And my son and my daughter ran over there and like, my dad loves to read too. He's like, oh yeah. And he brought me this book. So I'm going to try to read it and get it back to him and kind of tell him what I thought. So this is the first novel in the Lost Fleet series. And I've heard good things. So I'd like to read it this month. Will I? Who knows? And then, like I said, T.S. Eliot. I'm going to try to read these poems. They're not long. I should be able to knock it out if I actually just sit down and do it. So 1632 is on here twice. We'll see. I don't know. It's already getting high. Man, that may be out of frame already. I don't know. And a few other things. Everything else that I'm telling you about, I don't know if I'll ever get to. I can probably do Arcanum Unbounded. Probably can do Berserk. I'd love to do these 2. Maybe Godstalker 2. Sphere, I hope to do. That might be my next physical book, other than this next one coming up, because this one we're doing a buddy read. Codex Cantina, Alan from Big Hard Books and Classics, and Brian from Bookish. The Sound and the Fury, William Faulkner. I'm excited. Not really excited about the beginning because I've heard some stuff about the original narrator. He may have some mental handicap issues, and a lot of people will say, you're not going to enjoy the beginning. You're just not. I think Una was telling me that he never has enjoyed the beginning of this book. So we'll see. I'm hoping to knock it out, and it turns out well. But I've read a bunch of Faulkner short stories, which I actually picked up another copy of some of his short stories. I'm gonna, if there's any that I need to read to really get prepared for The Sound and the Fury, I'm going to. There's a schedule up on their channels, and Alan invited me to a Voxer on it for kind of talking about it. He actually is sending me a copy. He had a giveaway for it, and he's like, hey, you won, and he's going to send me a copy. I think he's sending it to me today. That's why I picked one up from the library, just to get started with the group. And then I'm going to pick up his copy. I think his copy has some annotations in it, so his thoughts. That'll be cool to read his thoughts on The Sound and the Fury, and then I'll take notes as well. And I'm really hopeful for the Sound and the Fury. So these are just some hope I get tos. Dune Messiah, Book 2, and the Dune group of stories. This is when Paul has taken over Arrakis, and don't want to spoil it too much for you, but a lot of stuff happens to Paul here. He's become the Messiah that they've all hoped for, and I'm excited to read Dune Messiah. I don't know if I'll get to it. Don't know, but I'd love to. Book 2, Drawing of the Three, with the Dark's Tower series. Didn't enjoy Gunslinger, the first book in the series, but I've heard this is really, really good. Brad Proctor, I'll link him down below as well. He was telling me that this is one of his favorite books. Like, of his King books, I think, what is it, the vampire one? Why can't I think of it? I'll think about it as soon as I try. I'm trying not to say the name. But it's his favorite. And then this one's one, like in his top 5, I think, maybe. So I'm excited to get to this one. What do I have left? After this would be Wastelands, Wizard and Glass, Wolves of the Kala, Songs of Susanna, and The Dark Tower. I have all the way up to Wolves of Kala, and I've bought them all. So I can knock out 5 of these books and get them done. But I just have so much that I want to read. Like, there's too much on this TBR already. There's no way I'll finish them all. I may not even get halfway through. But just mood reading my butt off here. Hopefully I knock out some of it. All right. I don't know if I'll even think about this before the end of the month. But I know the guys from Codex Cantina just did Dubliners, and I found this at Goodwill, and I just wanted to maybe hit Sisters. Sisters sounded really, really interesting. It was one of those that I was like, I watched their review on it, and I was very intrigued by it. I haven't read any Joyce. I also have Ulysses over there, and I know that's not a place to start with James Joyce. So I'll try to start here, hopefully get Sisters in, and maybe Dubliners. I don't know. I've got way too much on my plate already. Been wanting to get to this one. I bought this. There's 3 of them out now. The third one's Dust. I think Hunger on the Chisholm Trail is the second one. But these are splattern westerns, and man, the cover on this is so good. And the other 2 covers are great too. I mean, the candles in the eyes, like, that's just classic awesome. This guy's not a good guy. He's going hunting, and I really want to get to it. I know a lot of the guys that I follow, like Brad Proctor was talking about it. Working Man Reads, John from Books of Blood, they all loved it. So I'm really excited to get to it, and I just need to get it in. I need to get it read. And then I've been trying to get to Red Rising forever. I've heard it's good, and I've heard it's the worst one in the series. That Pierce Brown just gets better and better with these books. So, man, I'm excited about it. I really am. I want to get to it. I can't wait to get to it. Hopefully I can find it on audiobook because I have so many physical books to read right now. But I'm hoping to get to this one too. We'll see. All right. They're all stacked up there. Safe and sound. Not falling on my head. All right. And then, do I have anything else on here that I want to look at? Okay. Audiobooks that I currently have kind of sort of working. I'm getting close to halfway through Words of Radiance, book 2 in the Stormlight Archive, Storm Along 2020. I can't wait on the group. It's just so stinking good. Every time, I just like, Brandon Sanderson has a way of just drawing me into his books. So I'm killing Words of Radiance. I'm destroying it and loving it. There's Warbreaker references in here that I'm just so here for, because Warbreaker is one of my favorites. Talk about shards already. I've already had the Hoyd interaction with a character where he is disguised, but we know who Hoyd is. It's just, it's so good. It's so good. And then audiobooks, I'm going to try to get to The Color of Compromise, talking about the church's complacency and racism in America. Been wanting to get that for a little while. For some reason, I didn't read that one, but I did read So You Want to Talk About Race. And really, The Color, is it The Color? Yeah, The Color Compromise by J.M.R. Tisby. It actually interests me more than Do You Want to Talk About Race? But for some reason, I read this one first. So I found that on audiobook on Hoopla. Hoopla is one of those where you can only rent so many a month. I currently have the first Dresden Files comic. Leslie did a great video. I'll try to link it if I can think about it, where it has the Dresden Files reading order. So the first thing in the reading order is an actual graphic novel. It's, like their very start. So Hoopla had it, and I'm halfway through that one. It's pretty good so far. I love the art style. Art style's great. Sorry, I've got poison ivy, and I had to go get some roids from the doctor. But man, it itches so bad. Everybody was saying that it's really bad. I think I'm gonna get some scars on it actually. But that graphic novel is really good so far. I'm enjoying it. I can't wait to knock it out. Then there's side jobs and briefcases. They've also got some that are before the actual book 1. And so I'd love to get my reading order caught up to where book 6, which I'd love to get to. I don't know if I will. I want to. I really, really want to. I don't own a physical copy, and my library quit carrying the audiobooks. So I found a physical copy at Goodwill. That's how I was able to read this last one. and it was so good. I don't even know the name of book 6 in the Dresden Files. But I'd love to get to it. I hope I can. If not, I'm going to be behind on the read along. I don't want to be behind because I'm really enjoying it. I know like Peace Talks and Battlegrounds are like just coming out. I'll never make it in time for those, but I'd love to keep going with the Dresden Files. I really want to get to the John Gwynne series. I have book 1 on Audible. What is it, Wrath or Malice or Fury, or I can't remember exactly. Malice, I believe, is the first one. I want to get to it. I really, really want to get to it. I heard it's so good. And then I have book 2 of the Sun Eater series, and I want to get to it as well. I have that on Audible as well. Gosh, I've just got so much I want to read, and I don't know what mood is going to take me. So I'm sorry, guys. That was rambly and weird and all over the place. I'm going to read a bunch of books next month. I hope. I ended up reading 13. Well, if you add... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I read 9 books, 1 short story, 3 graphic novels. I did well last month. I bet I can beat it this month, but I don't think I'll get to that. I don't think I'll do that. That's a lot. But one's a book of poems, one's a manga, and one's a book of short stories. One's 2 short stories. I don't know. I got more short stories up there. Who knows? If you want more of this nonsense, subscribe. You could hit a bell or something. I don't know. It's up to you, man. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later.